The main focus of the function of the service is to provide a serverless solution that allows you to write less code, maintain less infrastructure, and save on cost. Instead of worrying about deploying and maintaining servers, developers could focus on the key value of their job. Azure Functions is a serverless FaaS offering provided by Microsoft Azure. You can use it to build web APIs, process file uploads, respond to database changes, process IoT data streams, and manage message queues. It supports multiple programming languages such as C#, Java, JavaScript, Python, TypeScript, and PowerShell. You may wonder if it's possible to get extended language support with Azure Functions for languages such as Go and Rust.
So today we're gonna build a Go application using a feature of Azure Functions called Custom Handlers. Let's get right into it.
We first start to create a Go application. From the command palette, we create a local blue project. It will take you to create a new folder. Then go back to choose Custom Handler. We're going to choose Service Bus queue trigger as we'll listen to the Service Bus queue. We give it a name, Message Processor. Then put the queue name. We'll open create a new Go function in current workspace. So let's first take a look at how Custom Handler works. Let's put together host, Custom Handler, we have trigger, and binding. So whenever we have an event triggered, a request is sent to the function host. The function host then issues a request payload to the Custom Handler. The Custom Handler is actually a local HTTP server. The payload hosts the trigger and the input binding data and other metadata information for the function. When a Custom Handler executes your function code, and then it returns a response payload to the function host. So the function host passes data from the response to functions out binding for downstream processing. Therefore, the Custom Handler is where your Go application function code executed. If I go back to my VS Code, I will see the Custom Handler I've just created. So from the function JSON, here is the configurations about the bindings and triggers. So here I can put some information about the direction. For example, this is for the trigger to invoke a function to execute. And then I also put the name of the Service Bus queue here. In particular, I also need a connection to be able to connect to Service Bus queue. So this setting I can find in a local setting JSON. So this is the same Service Bus connection. This is the connection where I can find from Azure portal. Then this setting is actually using for the local development. For the runtime environment, we set to custom. Basically, we can use Custom Handler for Go, Rust, and some other languages wasn't officially supported. If I go to the host JSON, here we can find all the configurations regarding to the extension bundle, and in particular for Custom Handlers, we need to define the path of the executable for the Go app. Well, for here we have a default executable path, and you can also pass some arguments if needed. Our Go application is very basic. For the main function is where we can get a payload, and in particular, I created another function called queue handler. So queue handler is basically using the HTTP response. We're just doing some format transformation, then we just print out the response. Therefore, in the final response, we can just print out the message. Then we will show in which port we listen to for the Custom Handler. So here is where we have our MessageSender app. This is a C# console application where we'll send about 2,000 messages to Service Bus queue in Azure. So I need to put the connection string same in the settings. Then use the Service Bus SDK to be able to send the message. So if I launch my app, it will queue about 2,000 messages. It will queue about 2,000 messages in the Service Bus queue. If I go back to my VS Code, I will use Azure Core Tools to start my function. As you can see, it starts to process the messages by printing out the number. If I go to Azure portal, I need to create a new custom handler Azure Functions. So I choose my resource group or create a new one. I will name my function app. Choose custom handler as a runtime stack, as well as a cloud region central US, for example. Go to the next step is to create a storage account for Azure Functions. Also the networking setting, as well as to create a monitoring solutions for your functions, which is application insights. You can review them, deploy your resources to Microsoft Azure. So here I can use Azure Core Tools to publish my app to Azure. If I go back to Azure, check out my function, and you can see I have some packs here in the monitoring matrix. If I go back to Visual Studio, I'll use the same application again just to trigger my functions in Azure. Let's see. So Azure Functions allow you to implement your system logics into blocks of code, and different functions can run anytime when you need to respond to critical events, just like what we are doing here. As the request increase, Azure Functions meets the demand with as many resources, and function instances history, of course, is also limited by your plan. The premium plan usually will give you better scalability and faster scaling. As a request fall, any extra resources and application instances will drop off automatically. So that was it. If you found this demo helpful, you may check out other ones in the channel. If you have any content that you want to see here, comment down below. Thanks for watching. Till then, I'll see you guys in the next one.